YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today, guys, like I said in my previous video, I'm gonna make a new series that regards to pre-made decks from other people or from the internet, and then we're gonna test that one out in Master Duel if ever it is playable or it can succeed in winning most of the games in the current format that we're in. Now, the variants for this will differ, of course. We might need to edit this one once it's gonna be in Master Duel, because I might see some decks in the TCG, in the OCG, so things like that. So we might need to edit the deck because they have a different format than ours. And yes, I'm hoping to have the same number of cards that the actual creator made. So the series is called, I don't really know what I call it at the moment, but I want to call it Your Deck We Test or We Test Your Deck. I'm not really sure. I'm still looking into a title for this one. Please tell me in the comment section below if ever you'll find a proper title for this. Your Deck We Test, that's a title at the moment. So, Despia Thunder Dragon. Technically, I've been looking into a deck that plays into Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, so this is a Despia card. This was with Dramaturge of Despia and Ad Libitum of Despia. So these are Despia cards that plays with branded way back before newer supports of branded cards came along. This is Tax Dragon in short terms. So every time your opponent is going to activate a card, they need to pay 600 life points for its card activation. Now, the reason why I'm going to play this is we can summon 3 copies of this on the field. Now, every time your opponent activates a card, they're going to pay like 1,800 life points for its activation. Or if you summon 2, they're just going to pay 1,200. But even so, the burn for 1,200 is very painful, especially in the format that we're in, where Maliss pays 300 to 600 life points each time they get their cards from the banish pile to the field. This is gonna hurt a lot. So this is gonna be a really good card to actually play up against a Maliss deck. Plus, the Dramaturge allows you to summon itself back to the field if ever you use itself as a material. And Ad Libitum, you can target one of your Despia monsters or one of your level 8 or higher fusion monster that is banished or in your graveyard, summon it to the field. Pretty good, solid deck to actually play in the format that we're in. So with this, that is the deck. Let's check out some replays as well. Alright, so let's go. Okay, dokes, so here is the edited one that I've used for the Duelist Cup. We're gonna edit this deck with regards to our games. So the 2 copies of Super Poly were the replacement of 1 Allure and 1 Fusion Duplication. Then remove some of the cards here from the extra deck and then played a copy of Garura and a copy of Mud Dragon. Or Mood Dragon, either way. So the rest of the cards are basically the same as what the main creator did, or created. It's just basically the Super Poly added into the game if ever you're going second, making it a bit stronger than usual. Although you have Forbidden Droplet as one of your board breakers as well, but might as well gonna have another board breaker that revolves around removing some significant cards in the field. If you want the deck list for this, it's gonna be in the comment section below. With that, let's check out the replays. Okay, so this is my first replay without the Super Poly. So we are gonna test out this deck with a copy of Despian Tragedy, a copy of Saronir, Ad Libitum, Fusion Deployment, and a copy of Branded Opening. So it is a pretty strong hand. Nevertheless, I think the only problem with this is we don't have any anti-hand traps. But anyways, our guy's gonna go for Perolias here. Perolias. We go for a copy of Branded Opening. It's not really like a big problem because Perolia is about summoning cards from hand. Dump Saronir, summon a copy of Alibur here, and then use the effect of Alibur, chain block it with Saronir, dumping the copy of Retribution, and with Alibur getting Branded Fusion. Go for Branded Fusion. I know it was of like a stretch, but you know, I'm just gambling here at this point on. Going for Albion, dumping Fallen of Albaz and a copy of the Bestial Rebellion. And with the other 2 monsters, we go for the first Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Going for Tragedy is effect, getting Dramaturge, and sacrifice the Albion on the field for Rebellion. Getting a copy of Branded Loss, banishing the Retribution, getting a copy of Fusion from our graveyard. We got regards to a copy of Fusion Deployment, we'll summon Cartesia here. And then fuse the last monsters into the second copy of Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. With this, since our Dramaturge has been used as a material, we can spell summon it back to the field. Whether it's sent to the graveyard or banished, it will appear in the field. There you go. And we got also a copy of Mercurier. Even though we don't have like a monster that has a Fallen Elval as mentioned in its name, the level 8s or the Masquerades are still enough. And oh yeah, by the way, so every time, where to go? If a Fusion, Sinker, Exe, or Link is spell summoned on the field, you can target one effect monster on the field, negate its effects until the end of the turn. So still a pretty good card to have. So set our branded in red for a third copy of Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. But anyways, there you go. We're going up against Gem Knights. So Gem Knights at the moment, or currently the Master Duel is going second. So we're trying to like burn him for a ton of life points here. So that's 1,200 already dealt on his life points. Guy went for a copy of Quartz. And since Dramaturge again was used for material, it summons itself back to the field. So pay attention to the second copy of Mercurier because that's the only one that I searched. Our guy's going for Thrust here. So that's already, as you might see here, 600, 600, 600. That's 1,800 on his life points directly by just activating a second card. There you go. Activates the second or third card again. That's 1,800. Luckily, we got the copy of Branded Opening in our graveyard, so that will protect our fusion monsters from ever getting destroyed. So that is it. Our guy is gonna go for Nephirim. Another life points to pay, and that's 1,400. So our guy can't use any more life points or use any more cards because he doesn't have any life points. It's fun. Oh yes, it's fun. But anyways, that's the first game. Easy enough. Let's move on with our second game. Okay, so for our second game, we're going second. We have two Aliber, one copy of Mercurier, a copy of Branded Fusion, and a copy of Droplet here. Our guy's going first with a copy of Kashtira here. Getting Unicorn. Unicorn summon to the field. Activate. Getting a copy of Birth. Birth activate. Let's fast forward this. Birth summon a copy of Ogre. Getting a copy of the Trap card. Going Moon of Close 7. Just continue on with the frequency, the Fiendsmith cards. Lacrima dumps Engraver. Engraver summon the field. Go for Sequence. Sequence Fuse. Spin back 3 for a copy of Desiree. I think the problem with this guy, he did not even attach a Link monster onto this. So this is basically a dead card. Wow. Alright, so nevertheless, during our turn, our guy is going to go for Preparations. We drew into a copy of red, by the way. So we go for Aliber here. Trying to bait out an Ash. No Ash. We go for Loss. Our guy's going to use the effect of Unicorn. Banishes a copy of Lebellion. Doesn't really matter. Use the effect of Loss here. Guy's going to go for Kashtira. Scarecrow Kashtira on the field. Then summons Ogre with a copy of Preparations. It's an annoying bit, I know. Going for Branded Fusion again. Sad to say, our guy did not use even the copy of Birth here. It was a pretty good card to have, or to banish from our graveyard anyways. So we dump a copy of Lebellion here and a copy of Albaz. Use the effect of Albion. And then Branded Loss for chain blocking. Getting Tri-Brigade, Mercurier. And go for a copy of Masquerade. I know it was a bad call to actually use or summon Masquerade here, but I really wanted Masquerade to summon to the field. This is a really bad card to actually have on the field. It could have gone with a copy of Mirror Jade anyways. But anyways, so that's a bit of a problem of mine. So our guy's gonna go for Ogre here. We will negate another misplay at this point. I was just a bit premature on using that effect. Again, going for Cold Buy into my Lebellion. So it was kind of effed up. Dumping a copy of Retribution from the Albion the Shrouded and going for Branded in red. Getting our Albaz. And going for a copy of Mirror Jade here. Now the reason why I sacrificed the Albion here because we still have a second copy in our graveyard, in our extra deck by the way, so we can still send another copy to the grave. And with that, are you guys finally going to use the Birth? Luckily, we still have the Retribution to gain access to our Fusion or Branded Fusion back to our hand. So there you go. The drop is going to be activated here so that we can remove one card in battle and banish one card on the field. So you banish Desiree, so it's basically a dead card anyway. They can't get it back on the field. And he's still gonna use it. Oh yeah, sad to say, I forgot about the effect of preparation that can remove cards on hand. So we lost the Brand Infusion on that. Nevertheless, it's fine. We can still remove a couple of cards on the field before ending our turn. So that's it. Albion's gonna get us a copy of Retribution. I don't know how effective that would be, but if in case our Mirror Jade is sent, we can still summon it back to the field. Our guy's going for Pathfinder, which is still irrelevant because he already has the Wraith slot on the field. He's gonna go for an attack. Alibird's gonna check 1 on the field. I know it is a bad call, but even so, it's still okay. Destroy that monster. Go for Birth. Summon the Ogre back. I forgot to call by this, by the way. I was very looking for a maxi or something that we could banish in the graveyard other than just the Ogre. So, needless to say, it was kind of a bad call, but we managed. So summon Albion to the field once he summoned the copy of Shangri-Ira, and then go for Retribution, going into a second copy of Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon. So we just want to tax this guy for all he got. For all he got? For all he got. But there you go, he's gonna go for Birth, banishing 3 cards, and doesn't really matter. At this point on, we go for Masquerade. Effect, when he used the Big Bang. Banish 1 more card, we banish the Shangri-Ira. And I think he's still gonna go for preparations here. That's what I'm expecting him to do because we got Fallen Valbaz on our hand. So it doesn't really matter at this point on. There you go. So just pay a buttload of life points, and he's down to 450. So at this point, he can't banish any cards or activate any card effect. So all I need to do is just normal summon our Fallen Valbaz, discard 1 card, and fuse into a copy of Mirror Jade. Send 1 from the extra deck to the graveyard, and that's basically it. So yeah, it's kind of neat. That's our second game. Let's move on with our third and fourth game. Okay, so third game, this is the edits with regards to Super Poly on 2 copies. So yeah, we got Super Poly with 1 Guiding Quim, Triple Tactics Thrust, 1 Grave, and a copy of Red. So we're going first for this. So Quim, dumping Fallen Valbaz, setting 3 cards. That's the basic, the only thing we can do actually. But nevertheless, alright. So our guy's gonna go for Fualas here, trying to bait out an interaction, whatever, I don't care. Guys gonna go for Chessy Cat. We instantly go into a copy of Masquerade here, taxing for all he's got. So that's just 1 copy, by the way. So go for Brandon Red, get Quim back from our graveyard to our hand. And then during our turn, we drew into a dud, but nevertheless, we can still normal summon the Quim, dump a copy of Cartesia here, and go for an attack. So lowering his life points even further to 4,000 here, which is pretty good. And setting 2 called buys on the field. So with this, our guy is going to go for White Rabbit or summon White Rabbit, activate. That's a first damage of 600. He's going to link off into a copy of Link Decoder here. I will go into Cartesia here, but we got Imperm. He could have targeted the Masquerade here, but I think it's safe to say the Quim is way better. But anywho, there you go. He's trying to revive 1 or summon. Actually, I just want to remove the Maliss cards from the graveyard so that he can't even use these cards now. Only like 2 cards, I think. So the only cards that he can use is the Hare and the Dormouse. But anywho's, going for Ignister here, going for TB11. So he keeps on using life points at this point on. So doesn't really realize that he's paying a lot of taxes. So there you go. And only monster that he can summon to the field with higher attack is 2,300. That is the only monster that he can summon to the field, by the way. Anywho, there you go. And he can't activate any more cards because, of course, he's down to 400 life points. So all he can do is attack and end the turn. All I can do here is just attack and end my turn also. So just attack. And yeah, he can't do anything. That's basically it. Every time he activates, he needs to pay 600 life points, which he doesn't have. So that's it. Really interesting game. So with that, that's our third game. Let's move on with our last game. Okay, doke. So for our last game, we're going second finally. So we have 1 Quim, 1 Dragonhawk, 2 Super Polys, and 1 branded in red. So our guys going first. Just set 2 back rows, and that's basically it. We drew into a copy of Despin Tragedy, which is not really the best, but that's the only thing that we have. We're going up against Labrynth here, so practically we just need another body on the field to have, and that's basically it. So we have our guys summon a copy of Lady Labrynth on the field, and then go for a Lovely. Now, or if ever my cards get popped here, especially my Masquerade, I don't really care, because I can still get back another body here anyways. So there we go. Going for Masquerade, and then he resolves with the lovely Labrynth, popping the Masquerade. Doesn't really matter. Going for branded in red. Our guy's gonna go for Terrors of the Overroot, and at this point on, I am damn near f***ed, because I don't have a play after this other than the Super Poly on my hand. So set Super Poly, and that's basically it. I think he bricked into this, by the way, so he doesn't have any other follow-up. So our guy's gonna go for Maxi. Alright. We go normal summon the Aliber here that we drew. Going for Brand Fusion, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any other cards to follow up other than a Lancet that he dropped. And the last card that is on his hand is a copy of Lady Labrynth, so it's not really that relevant. So we go for Albion here. Sacrifice the Albion. Since we can't banish any cards, use the effect of Lobellion, go for Lost, go for Battle. And then use the Super Poly here, going into a copy of Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. So the next turn, the only card that he can use, or he can activate, is only 1. There you go. So, that's 2-5. Yes, that's 800 life points only. So that's basically it. 2,500, then 800 life points remaining. Go for Albion, dumping branded in branded opening, just in case he has any cards that pops cards on the field. So at least our Masquerade will be protected. And we summon a copy Cartesian on the field for another Fusion summon. So we go for Banishment here, summon to the field, and then summon a second copy of Masquerade, which at this point he can't do anything. There you go. So that is basically the game, guys. Interesting as it is, that's what you can do with the copies of Masquerade, just taxing your opponents. Really good, really fun. And thank you for the creator, Mayora123, was it? For creating the original deck for the Masquerade. I do love this deck though. This is one of my older decks for Despia before branded was a thing. But there you go. That's it. Discard 1 card, use the Typhon as a material, going for a copy of Mirror Jade. And our guy is just gonna go for he was gonna go for evenly match, which he forgot. Anywho, so there you go. So what are your thoughts on the Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon? Tell me in the comment section below. And like I said earlier, if you want the deck list, it'll be in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep safe, good luck, goodbye.